Okay, good evening.
Hi guys.
Hello.
I'm Aaron. That's Booster, and this is my beautiful partner Reno, and we are your unemployed friends. We just saw, what is it called?
Undertone.
Undertone.
I already
With
forgot.
the UN slowly tilting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I almost said underscore, but
it's-
that's an artist who's good.
No, it's 11:20 on a Thursday. The movie comes out tomorrow, technically, but we saw it. I think it was Reno's idea because the trailer seemed kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was because they love horror movies, even though they scare stupid easy.
I love horror movies.
I haven't seen
We
enough
love
horror
horror
movies.
Well, Weapons was in my top 5 last year, so I like good horror movies, but
yeah,
Alien is my favorite.
and there's a lot of bad horror movies,
There
and this
is.
is one of them.
We'll get into that, but I was gonna say last October I watched a horror movie every day of Halloween month, whatever, and I don't scare. Like, there's like 2 or 3 movies in the whole world that scare me because I've seen so many, and this add to the list that didn't scare me. You want to tell us about it?
It's about a podcaster who does a horror podcast, and they get mysteriously sent 10 audio files, and they go through them throughout the course of the movie over the course of 2 podcast episodes, and the spooky stuff that happens in the files starts happening to the main character a little bit, and that's
Wow,
it.
that was
Like,
a very low energy description because it's a very low energy movie.
yeah, because the movie meanders for 75 minutes of its
No, it's
90-minute
not.
runtime.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's longer than that.
Yeah,
but-
no, it was 94 minutes, and it meanders for about 75 of those, and then it just like turns into the movie that they clearly thought about right at the end. And it was like, cool, you didn't think of those other 75 minutes?
Well,
Okay.
Reno said the climax was the trailer, right?
Yeah, anyone who has seen the marketing for this film, you have seen the finale of the movie. And
That's
the other
insane.
75 minutes are just a lot of pacing. It's a lot of talking to yourself. It's a lot of
Mhm.
zooming in on dark corners that
Yeah.
have nothing in them. It's pretty exciting. It's great.
Well, the whole movie, it's a bottle movie. It takes place in her house, and her mom are the only 2 characters. You hear her podcast host voice only.
Mhm.
So it's a very audio-based movie. I mean, the very first time she puts on her headphones, it mutes everything. And it's supposed to make you go like, ooh, this is an audio movie. And the marketing says the scariest movie you'll ever hear, which is not true. It wasn't scary at all. But we saw it in Dolby Atmos, which is a wonderful format to see movies in.
Especially for the audio. Like, that's a really good sound system.
I was going to say, the best thing about this movie was the showcase of Dolby Atmos surround sound. Like, it was great.
There were a couple times that, like, they made someone talk at the very back of the theater, and
think
I
it's
thought
someone behind
someone was talking in the movie, and I almost was like, yo, shut up.
Yeah.
But
So
it was
it's
in the
good.
movie. Like, that, it was...
It's, like I said, the best thing about the
It
movie
was well mixed, yeah.
But in service of a meandering story filled with as many like horror movie cliches that I personally hate. I hate religious iconography in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Rec 2 is one of my biggest disappointments. Rec is my favorite horror movie, and Rec 2 sucks because there's a fucking priest in it. Ugh. Anyway, so I hate religious iconography. I hate demon possession. I hate... What was the other ones? It felt like Sinister. If you've seen Sinister, it was totally a ripoff of Sinister, where they they summon a demon accidentally, right? Oh my god! Like, you guys need to see Sinister. It's actually...
Sure.
I've seen Sinister.
Okay, good. Didn't you see what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
It's just a ripoff, where it's just like, oh, they accidentally summon a demon through, media. In that movie, it's like Super 8 film, and this
Fucking
movie, it's a podcast.
80 minutes in.
Yeah. Well,
I really love all of those tropes, and this movie still does nothing with it. It's a lot of disconnected ideas, just nothing that really ties any of its elements together. It tries to go for it with the sound mixing and the idea of it being scary through its audio, but even then, all the ideas are disjointed, and you forget half of them by the end of the movie because they don't do anything.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just had to list. I was like, what else did I forget? Because it deals with old ladies being scary. That's the biggest cliche in the
The
world.
infant side,
Then-
which
and
also
babies
they
being
don't
scary.
connect to at the end of the movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So she finds out she's pregnant, and she starts like drinking herself to hopefully abort the fetus, I guess. But then as the podcast episodes go on, they get more and more centric on this like demon that like kills babies or something, and it's just really just like, what? Who cares?
Yeah,
Abby's
it was specifically a demon that makes mothers kill their babies, which is like kind of interesting. Like, on paper could work, because in this movie her mom is like a hospice patient, and so she like moved home to take care of her mother, And I was like, stick that bitch in a hospital and just let them pull the plug, because like she is just like basically a corpse the entire time. And it was just like as soon as they say that, I went, oh cool, the mother's gonna spoilers, because the movie sucked.
Who cares? Whatever.
Like don't watch it. It's like, okay, so either the main character Evie is gonna kill her mom, or vice versa. Like that's very apparent. Like pretty as soon as they say this demon makes mothers kill their kids, I was like, oh cool, one of these bitches is dying.
There's like symbolism,
and it's like it's unclear who, because I liked that the very end is just like the video cuts out and you just hear what happens. I like it on paper.
on paper,
because it's something we were saying before we started filming. They never went far enough with the sound design,
Yeah.
where it was mixed very well, but the actual like sounds they were playing, like at some point,
the spooky
at some point
sounds.
the audio, the files that they were sent, has like a baby like slam into a wall and die, and like it didn't sound like that. It was just like a thump. And it was like, okay, like you could have done something interesting there, but that would have taken being good at your job. So
mind you, this movie is also R-rated, so they can go far. And while
Exactly.
we're not seeing any of this,
Yeah,
it
we literally
also
had a
presents
debate.
a lot more storytelling through its audio, and yet all the scares through the audio are done entirely through its score, and it's just a lot of pitch rising until either something cuts or something is louder than the score.
And it's a little bit reminiscent of the Star Wars prequels to me, where you're looking at nothing happening.
Wow,
but the score is like trying to make you feel a certain way.
Okay.
It's more extreme in those movies because you're looking at nothing and it's a John Williams score, so it's good.
Crazy pull, but I think I see what you mean.
But it's like,
That is crazy.
like there's a scene in one of them where like Anakin's just like running down a hallway and fucking nothing's happening, but the score's going crazy. And so it's just like the score is trying to make you feel a certain way, but you're not looking at anything.
Well,
You're just looking at her.
I was gonna say that. I got up to pee a few times in this movie, mostly out of impatience. Just because, in terms of the scares, since, like I said about Dolby Atmos, it's really loud. Like a lot of the scenes were loud, and there was times when I knew they were setting up scares because the music would be like really loud and the sound effects would be really loud, and I knew it would scare me, but not from like a nervousness, anxiety level. It was just like it would scare me because it's fucking loud. And I literally got up out of impatience. I was like, I know there's going to be a scary noise, and I don't want to get scared by it. But that's not to say that I'm a bitch. I just didn't want... what I was seeing and feeling wasn't fear. It was just like anticipation of like, I know you're going to scare me, and I'm not going to get excited about it. Like, it doesn't fill me with the sense of dread that like Blair Witch or Wreck are my two favorite horror movies. And that's what I feel when I watch those. The sense of like rising tension through narrative, right? And the potential and the anxiety. But this one, I was like, I just knew it was just a spike. I would be snoozing, and then I'd be like, oh, that was loud, and then I'd just go back.
That's really all it was, because I remember like a half hour in, I leaned over to Reno and I leaned over to our other friend we saw it with, and I was like, is anything gonna fucking happen?
I know,
in
I
this
heard you
movie?
say that, and I was glad we were on the same page.
Because it's just like nothing. It's just like her talking to her podcast buddy, and then like she finds out she's pregnant, and it's just like nothing happens.
My biggest takeaway from this movie is that I for your distaste of the pace, I was trying again and again and again to give it chances, because I do like a slow burn horror. If this movie was a short film, I think it could have been at least average.
I think so.
This like stretch out to its like 90-minute runtime is so painful.
It should have been a podcast.
That would have been so much cooler.
Like
if
this just was genuinely a podcast where the people like are talking, and then they're just like, wait, what was that? And you're not seeing anything.
Like a
that,
one-off.
That could have been fun. Yeah,
I would have watched that.
And I too was like, that when I went, is something gonna fucking happen, was like my breaking point. I was like, I gave it the first entire 30 minutes. Again, of a 90-minute movie, I gave it the first act, and nothing happened.
Well,
and I was just like, can something like, you have to give me something to start building tension. And the movie just tried to start building tension, but with no foundation.
Setup,
I'm like, what is gonna be scary? Like the sound, I guess, like something's gonna happen from these files, but what is it? who is
Build
it?
the
Is it
intrigue,
her
right?
mom? Like they didn't give me anything
There's
to
no
work
narrative.
to be
That's kind of what I
tense
was saying.
about.
Yeah, because it's just like they can play a loud noise and I'll jump just because I'm biologically I will
Yeah,
jump.
because physically that's
But I'm not gonna
shocking.
enjoy it like mentally. I enjoy a
Yeah.
good scare. Like Weapons is scary. Like I said, Wreck and Blair Witch. They're just like they can do jump scares. And The Descent is the most jump scary movie that I love. It's fucking awesome. But you really have to build up to it and have narrative. Well, I lost my train of thought, but I was. Go ahead. Don't remember.
It's a really good concept.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah.
In terms of the cinematography, our friend Cypress and Renna were kind of like, oh, it was really cool and interesting. I really got tired of the padding of just their really slow panning
yeah.
shots.
Towards the end, I don't know if you saw, I was sitting there and I was just like,
I know, like
because it's
for
just
30 seconds to turn like 90 degrees, not even.
Again, all these concepts are a lot more interesting in a 30-minute short film
Yes,
rather
they
than
would
90
be.
minutes, because the issue with a lot of these shots is that once you've seen the first 20 minutes of this film,
You've seen it.
you've seen all of
Yep.
it. You've seen all the techniques, you've seen all the sound scares, and you've seen pretty much the character arc. Like it's really crazy how it's all set up for you in the first 20 minutes, and then past that, there's nothing else to enjoy.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
it was super predictable. Like I guessed where everything was gonna end, and then it just took a while to get there.
The ending was stupid, and the climax was literally laughable. She puts together this like crayon drawing, and then they put this stupid image on the TV, and Aaron literally laughed.
That
in
made
the
me
theater.
laugh out loud.
Because I was happy because our whole theater felt like they were like so locked in. It must have been so many normies. I'm not a snob. I get it, but it was.
Or it's people who like horror movies.
I like horror
but,
movies.
Yeah, but it's people who just like
Surrend-
horror
They
movies.
surrender themselves.
They
don't
just
you think?
yeah, like it's like when we saw Long Legs,
Yeah,
where that movie sucks.
it
But
does.
I was way more into the first act than he was because I was like, I'll meet the movie there. I'll start out
Give
tense,
it more, right?
and
Yeah.
you have to lose me. Where you were watching it, where you were like, oh, this movie has to grab me,
Mhm.
and the movie never grabbed him, and
Yeah.
it lost me. And then so this one, I was like, it's got to grab me, and it didn't.
You've come
Yeah.
away as a better movie watcher.
I mean, no, I just like, I mean, a little bit, but it was just like very quickly, I was like, I know what we're getting into.
Well, the
And-
ending was stupid. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the ending was stupid, but it's like it's such a fun concept. But halfway through too, I was like, I kind of wish this concept got used in a comedy movie.
Like
because-
a weapon style horror comedy, or just
No,
an
like a
SNL
scary
skit?
movie almost.
Oh God, maybe.
Where it's like someone is like a true crime podcaster, and like they're fully living in a haunted house, and they have no
like
idea.
Scooby Doo style haunted house.
Yeah, where it's like some like ghost walks behind them at like they're recording their podcast, and like a ghost walks behind them and starts like trying to fuck with them, but they have noise canceling headphones on, so they
I
don't
see
notice.
that. I see it as an
And it-
SNL skit.
Like yeah, like that could be really funny. And like, there's so many ways you could go, and this movie threaded the needle on doing nothing interesting
Yeah,
with
this
it.
one literally just plays it so safe and so seriously. The main actress is
I'm
not
gonna
good
stare
enough.
at these people walking by.
She's not good enough to carry a whole movie on her shoulders. I feel bad, but in the first dialogue scene she had, I was like, oh, she can't do this. And it never got better. Her podcast host was also not good.
Yeah.
And that's the main cast.
Yeah,
I
she could
actually was
scream
giving
pretty
her
well.
the benefit of the doubt until again, spoilers. She has kind of a final monologue before shit hits the fan of the
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
where she is talking to the aforementioned ghost over the podcast, and she's like, "I killed my mummy," and I like had to I put my head down because I was like, I can't believe it. I wasted like 4 movie tickets on this. I wanted to like send an apology down the chain of viewers that I brought
Hey,
along to this movie.
we were all A-listers. We didn't pay. It's
It's
fine.
the A-list, baby. All right, let's give our ratings. What do you guys think?
I don't even know what to rate it because I felt nothing the entire time. It's like a 2 or a 3. Like it's
Out of
just
5?
like
Or 10?
out of 10.
Oh,
out of
okay.
10.
Yeah, that's great.
Because it's just like it doesn't do anything with like an admittedly pretty like there's things it could have done with the concept, and it just didn't do any of them.
I agree.
That it's just like it's like a 3.
Renault.
I'm between a 3 and a 4. It's closer to a 3 than it is a 4. It's hard for me to decide things the night of seeing it. But again, it's got a lot of interesting concepts. I think that for the first 20 minutes of the movie, it presented a lot of really like fun techniques that I thought was going to be interesting. But then they just repeated it again and again and again.
Mhm.
It's
Should've been
a
a
really
short film.
disappointing like decline in quality. Like I think it opens with some interest and some intrigue, but again, it's all disappointing. All the ideas opposite to Booster are ideas that intrigue me in movie. I love religious horror. I love demon possession. I love familial horror as well. These are 3 things. Hereditary is one of my favorite movies. And all these concepts are executed well in that movie. And then if you want to rinse your palate of a good movie, Watch Hereditary and then watch this, and you can see what
See the
those
difference, huh?
tropes done poorly are like. So
I
it's close
think
to a 3.
I get what you're saying. I would give it a 3 out of 10 too, but I gave Iron Lung a 10, or I gave Iron Lung out of 10, a 3 out of 10, and this is better than Iron Lung.
No, it's
I would
not.
sooner watch this than Iron Lung because it's shorter. It's thankfully 90 minutes. Movies need to be 90 minutes again.
No, Iron Lung clears this.
Disagree.
Iron
Wow,
Lung
high five.
clears
Disagree.
this.
Yeah. Iron Lung, I can't say the things I want to say on Iron Lung as a guest star on this channel. I want them to continue to have subscribers and a good fan base. But,
Cheers.
This movie is definitely a little more intriguing, wraps me in a little bit more than Iron Lung. It makes me want to rate Iron Lung lower.
I like
That's
that.
insane. That's insane.
Well,
No.
it's been real. Unbound. What the fuck is Unbound? Underline? Undertone?
Undertone.
Okay.
The you slowly
Don't watch it.
skin
yeah,
the
don't
night.
watch it.
Coming up this weekend is the Oscars.
Yeah,
make a
catch up
video.
on the Oscars. Yeah, I think we're filming tomorrow, right?
Yes, be there at B Square.
And then Project Hail Mary next week. That seems pretty good.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for
All right,
watching.
goodbye
Like and
forever.
subscribe.
Bye.
Like, comment, subscribe.